Happy 2024. We are together today for our first video of 2024, and I have my new dear friend, Rachel Callegari, with us, and she is from Calesa Township. Welcome.
Thanks. I'm thrilled to be here.
I'm so happy you finally got to go in here because Wood's going to be so jealous.
Yes, he is.
He already told me, why are you letting her come? So there's a little family joke about that. So they're very competitive. So I know you guys have seen Whit Grice. He's also from Calesa, but his best competitive buddy is sitting with us too. So in fact, I think you just told me he's going to go in tomorrow with a tuxedo on just to prove a point.
I think he's having some new photos taken with a tuxedo.
Yeah, and that just elevates his whole presence, I guess, right? The
Absolutely.
tuxedo.
He can wear it well.
I'm going to go.
Your key word of family, we are like a family.
You are a family.
We really
There's
are.
no doubt. But I'm going to go in there and make fun. So I'm going to go. You have to tell me what time later I'm going to show up. But I have been so blessed to have been getting some business from Calesa and becoming one of their preferred lenders. So excited for that. And Rachel has been with them since they opened, which is March of 2021.
That's right.
And I know that we had lunch together and we talked a little bit about your history, but you were not in real estate before that, right?
No, I'm pretty new to the game.
And
so my background is in education.
which,
And I've been in Ocala almost 30 years. I've been an educator here for most of that.
right?
And now I tell people I just teach about Calesa.
Yeah, and you do a good job of it because which one of you guys made the top for 2023?
The top producer? I am top producer.
Woo!
Yeah.
See, congratulations.
It's exciting. It's an easy place to sell. It really does sell itself.
Yeah, and
So,
that's what I wanted to kind of do is highlight what you do over there and why Calesa, you know, and what inspired you to kind of get into the real estate side of business and why there?
I've been around real estate, master plan communities specifically, my entire adult life.
Okay.
So none of it is foreign to me.
Right.
And I've thought for many years, a good friend of mine, who's also now a realtor, for many years I was thinking, I'm going to get my license, I'm going to get my license. And the timing was right. COVID hit. I was teaching on Zoom. It wasn't the same. And I just thought, maybe I'm ready for a change. And Calesa really fell into my lap. So I'm very thankful to my sister. She works it on top of the world in a different capacity.
Okay.
She's fantastic. And she knew.
It's your actual sister?
My actual sister.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Cammie Dennis.
Oh my gosh, she's your sister.
Cammie is my sister.
I did not know that.
And she's fantastic.
Yes.
She's well known and on top of the world.
Yep.
And she really encouraged me to just go meet the sales manager. That was it. I walked out after speaking with Luke and was heading to get my license and
You knew
to
it
let
was
my
it.
school know in 6 months I'll be leaving.
No concern, no fear, no.
Not really.
worries. That is amazing. That's
No,
really.
I was excited.
You know, I think that I've met so many people that are doing real estate now that have been prior teachers. And they are some of the top people out there. I don't know if it's just the ability to communicate, you know.
I think we're used to working really hard. Maybe there's no bathroom break.
Yeah.
What's lunch?
Right.
We're just continuing that kind of work ethic as well.
And you do work a lot. So you work 7 days a week?
I
Or?
work 7 days a week.
You do. So, and that obviously, I mean, you have to love what you do in order to do that, right?
Well, my customers make it easy for me to love what I do. I'm a people person. I was a teacher for the most part in a private school.
Okay.
So I had a great connection with the students and with the parents. And very often I had to give parents some difficult news.
Right.
But if I built that trust with them,
Yep. They took it better.
knew it was coming from the right place. And it's very similar with my customers.
Yep.
It's a journey.
Yes.
And we talk about that from day one.
And that's what's so kind of cool about new builds too, because it's not a quick sale. There is a process. There is that time frame for the build. You're not just literally getting to know them and selling them in 30 days and it moves on.
Absolutely.
So it is.
I'm in contact with customers that closed on their homes a year and a half ago.
Yep.
I still hear from them. Maybe they just want to say hi,
Yep.
invite me over. Maybe they have a question.
Well,
I see them. I'm on the golf cart.
I know. Well, I was going to say
And
you
I
live
wave
in
to them.
you live in Calesa.
And I often will say, I work where you live. So I want to make sure that I'm going to, take good care of you.
And isn't that probably just a great way of accountability to anyone? Because I know you guys have a lot of folks that actually live there that work with Calesa too.
Absolutely.
But isn't that such a nice attribute to be able to go, hey, if I live here, it's got to be good, because I can personally tell you that it's a good place to live because
Absolutely.
I chose it for myself.
Absolutely.
Which is that's a rarity. I mean, that's not something that you see with a lot of new builds and a lot of new subdivisions. So I commend everybody there that does that. In fact, your co-worker has been telling me and threatening me I have to buy soon. So I don't know. Maybe I will be a neighbor
Might
too.
be hard for you to choose your salesperson.
I know. How would I do it? How could I do it? Yeah. Could you split it?
We could.
Yeah. So I'll remember that. So, but yeah, you guys have just built such a great community there too. And tell the audience a little bit about Calesa and why Calesa.
Well, we opened in March of 2021. We sold, I think, 50 houses the day we opened. We were nothing but dirt when we opened.
I remember.
I was selling out of a welcome center. My office is still there.
Right.
Off pieces of paper and showing pretty videos and maps. And then finally the roads were in and our first homes were started and then the models were started and I was able to take people down and to say,
this is really what it is.
The video, this is what the video. So,
right.
We were promising through this video and we held those promises.
Yep.
Our first neighborhood is called Rowan Hills.
Right.
We have sold, designed, built, and closed on close to 500 or more houses. In less than 3 years.
Yeah, that's amazing.
We opened our second neighborhood in the end of October. So we're off and running with our new neighborhood.
Right.
The vision for Calesa, same owner, developer, and builder, Mr. Kenneth Colin, on top of the world. But the vision is quite different. So his vision is connectivity. So as we build amenities, residents have access to all of them.
Which is so cool. I mean, that's so unusual, too.
So my new customers in the new Sorrel Glen neighborhood will be able to use the heated pool, the splash pad, the full basketball court, and
everything.
So much more.
Right.
In the first neighborhood. And it was just announced we're building 2 more pools. One is adult only.
Oh.
Pickleball, tennis. So
it's going to be a full.
So people will be, mingling and meeting each other.
Well,
and that's our vision.
Yeah, and I think Mr. Colin, when he developed On Top of the World, I mean, it's a one of a kind community as well.
He's a visionary.
Yeah, so
as was his father.
And I think that when you look at all the amenities and why people go for the lifestyle there at On Top of the World, what draws people to Calesa, I think, obviously, is the fact that, and I was talking about Calesa just a little bit ago. That you go down the corridor on 200 and all you have is 55 plus. And y'all are the only family friendly, right?
We are
subdivision
for all ages.
For all ages. But you also have charter schools. You have things that will draw in, and that with all the growth that Ocala has seen over the last couple of years, having a family oriented subdivision here as opposed to out in the 60th, way out far, is it's a commodity. So I think that's why you guys have done so well too. So if anyone has not been out there, I encourage you to go because it is a completely different feel than anything else out there as far as I'm concerned.
It's really fun to get on the golf cart and for me to take you under the tunnel
and it's
to show you where your supermarket will be.
I know, it's so cool. It's so cool. So I know you guys are having a big block party.
We are.
So you want to talk a little bit about that?
So it's our first ever block party. It's the gates will be open.
Okay.
It's open to the public. It's free. Things like face painting, pony rides, petting zoo, bounce house, food, ice cream. But you can go into the models. So the models are always locked, and you need an appointment to see the models. But the models will be open, so
it's open to not just the people that live there now.
It's open to the community.
That's a great idea. I mean, how
so
fun
excited.
Is that? Yeah, I saw your posting on that,
and that is February 10th.
Yep.
From 1 to 5 o'clock.
So where do people go? They just...
We have 2 traffic circles as you enter.
Yeah.
And I think you'll find the party.
You'll see it. You'll definitely see it. Well, I'm gonna go. So bring your kids and come out there and see that community. And so let's talk about, do you get a lot of business from real estate agents outside of Calesa? Because I know you guys are. Do you encourage that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We love our realtors.
Okay.
I have great relationships with the realtors that trust me.
Right.
A lot of out of town, out of state, people are moving
Right.
to Ocala,
Yep.
and they need the help of a realtor.
Yep.
So I work hand in hand with realtors, and
Okay.
I value those relationships.
Yeah, I mean that's a huge, a lot of the other developments and stuff, they all let the agents come in and show houses and do stuff, but I still believe that there's a big relationship issue that you could always get. And I know with Calesa, you've got some new news.
We do.
Okay, so announce it. Dun, 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 dun.
Very exciting. Our new co-broke is now 3% for realtors.
So that's fantastic. So
Even in the new neighborhood, purchasing dirt,
Yep.
3%. And something that is brand new is that we are really building homes in 6 months.
yeah.
So we opened October 21st
Yep.
in our new neighborhood. We have rooftops.
Oh,
we have
wow.
homes that are drywalled. And our first closings will be in April.
How exciting. I think I have a couple.
And
I'm
COVID
excited.
kind of,
Yep.
hurt
That-
us a
oh,
little
excuse
bit
me.
with that first neighborhood.
Yep.
We definitely had some
Oh, well,
delays.
it did everybody.
Right.
I mean, the supply chains, everything that was happening during
So
that
once
time.
we start building the house, 6 months, and we
So
are.
that's a great. I mean, so how do you guys do that? I mean, because there's a lot of places that can't. Do you have your own subs? You don't have to worry about they
I'm
must
just this
pay well.
little piece of the puzzle, and we are just this incredible wheel that spins with 40 years experience.
Yes.
We have an incredible construction team,
You
warranty
do.
team.
Absolutely.
As a matter of fact, I met this morning with the head of construction. So he comes to our office regularly on set meetings to tell us where we are, which houses are starting. Is there a delay? If there's a delay with
great.
appliances,
So
or
you're not
something,
chasing people
Oh, no,
trying
no.
to get.
No,
'cause
not only do they communicate with me and I can communicate with my customers, but warranty is directly, and construction, they are directly communicating with our customers through the build.
That's fantastic.
So our customers are getting the information.
Because can I tell
from the
you,
right spot.
from this side of the business, that does not happen. Typically, I have clients that come in begging me to call the builder to see if there's any updates, to do anything.
We actually require 2 or 3 times where the homeowner will go to their home and meet with warranty. Right before we start the house, a pre-drywall orientation.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
want
wow.
to show you what's behind your walls before we drywall.
Right.
And that's a requirement that you show up, and if you can't do it, I'll do it for you.
Oh, neat.
Or we'll videotape so you have record of what's behind your walls. And then about a week before closing, an orientation so we can explain your home to you.
So I know a lot of people that have bought in Calesa that are people that I know personally too. And I can tell you, it is so fun to watch them when they do the move in, and then they're posting on Facebook about how much fun it is, the sunsets in Calesa, this and that. So, I mean, there is definitely a charm, and this is what I'd like to try to get across for people buying there, is that you really have to meet with somebody. You really have to go there and see it for yourself, because it's just,
There's a real sense of community.
there is. And I mean,
And Mr. Colin, when he first came to speak to us a number of years ago, he said he wanted to try to create this sense of yesteryear.
and
Our
I think
homes
he's
have
accomplishing
front porches, and
Yep.
we have sidewalks,
Yep.
and we want people connecting with each other.
I love that.
And the residents are developing their own community.
Yeah.
They're creating organizations and
Right.
clubs, and
So it's-
the golf cart club. I mean, they're doing
There-
some really fun activities.
And that's something that I think you should really push, because that whole community, and that was one of the things that I felt when I started doing business there. And it was funny because I go to a lot of my closings, and so I get to, whether it's a new build or a resale, doesn't matter. But I've been to so many new build closings across the board, and I'm not downplaying anybody out there, but you can tell when I go to a Calesa closing that the people are just thrilled. They're happy. It didn't matter that, I mean, you didn't have delays. You didn't have issues with the walkthroughs.
Right now, you can walk in the door, pick a floor plan, pick a home site, design your house in 2 weeks. We'll get it permitted, and we'll start building.
Yep.
But I have sold many, many homes to people that had to wait 6 months for a home site to become available. I've worked with many people who had to endure many price increases as they waited to buy. But
because of COVID.
They are so glad that they did.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that's the key. At the end of the day, when the finished product is there, are you happy? I had a customer the other day call me that bought out there, and he's just so excited. He's all moved in. He just called us just to tell me how much he loves it there and what a great decision it was for him to move there. So, I mean, I like to be a good testament for you guys, because it is a pleasure for me to give you guys a lot of accolades too, because I don't get a chance to do that very often.
Well,
Not
we
always.
appreciate that.
And I mean it sincerely.
And
so
we spoke about this incredible community that's being created, but it is a quality build.
It's a quality
that
build.
is, you know, when people come and they learn certain things, and I can hand them this awesome folder to go
Yep.
home. It's the best of everything.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that. I brought it up because there are a lot of communities out there that are new builds, and you know, because there's just so much growth right now. So there are a lot, but I mean, you can definitely tell the difference. And I think anyone that buys out there sees it and feels it themselves. Let me ask you what you think as far as growth in Calesa. I know we're in Soaring Glen now, and that's how many houses are you guys looking to sell there?
Sorrel Glen will be bigger than Rowan Hills.
So
I can even see where they're clearing dirt that, you know, goes beyond
right.
Rowan Hills. We've just opened a small part of it. We don't want anyone living in a construction zone.
Right.
And we're building in the same area.
Okay.
And I believe that when we no longer have certain home sites for certain collections
Right.
available, we'll just open up some more. There might be a wait at some point. So I tell my customers, if you're ready to buy, lock in your price
Yep.
and get that home site that you want.
So do you think that you're looking at another development outside of Soaring Glen?
I believe there will be other neighborhoods, yes, for sure.
Okay, all right.
After Sorrel Glen. We're looking at possibly 5,000 homes over the course of 10 to 15 years.
So it's going to be a huge
Our property
huge
goes
development.
all the way down to Westport High School.
Yeah, so
we are 1,800 acres.
And you guys have one charter school right now.
We have the Ina A. Cullen Academy is thriving.
It is. I hear nothing but great things about that one.
Absolutely, and many of my colleagues have children going to school there, so I get the real ins and outs, and they are thrilled. Next to the academy is Florida Aquatics Swimming and Training.
Yep.
We call it FAST for short, and your $100 HOA fee.
I was just going to ask you.
Includes FAST.
So can we talk about what the amenities that you guys, or what the HOA covers out there?
It's a gated community. We've got tunnels under the main road, so you can meander our 22 miles of trails and not have to cross the road. You know, we've got the heated pool, splash pad, full basketball court, grills, green space, shaded playgrounds, and other fun little amenities. We're creating amenities that don't create cost,
right?
So we can keep that HOA fee down to $100 a month.
Which is, I mean, I know if you have a $600,000 house in a community that has almost the lifestyle of almost being self-contained, you know, with the schools, things like that. You said you're going to build a Publix out there or a shopping or something?
Nothing's been signed yet.
Okay.
But we are guaranteeing our customers there will be a supermarket in that retail space.
Okay.
It was also announced recently, next to FAST, we're breaking ground on something called The Nest. It is a hotel, a beer garden, and an open...
Oh my gosh. I mean, that's so fun.
And an open air amphitheater, and it's all self-contained, so you can get a drink, go listen to music, playgrounds, dog friendly.
Yep, and see, that is where I think Mr. Cullen is all about, because it's very similar. So you can see a little bit of the trend coming over, which is why everybody lives on top of the world too. Same reason. So there's just so much there to offer. Well, outside of Calesa, I know you work 7 days a week and everything. Is there anything that you like to do outside of working?
I love to get away and vacation, and I'm doing that more than I ever have in my life. So my special guy and I, we sneak down to St. Thomas once or twice a year.
Okay, one of my favorite places.
Heading in about 2 weeks. So,
where do you guys stay?
Whole Bay and Megan's Bay are my favorite.
Okay.
So usually in that area.
Is that where the marina is?
The marina's on the South Shore.
Okay.
Down where most of the restaurants are.
Yep.
We like the North Shore, mountains, beautiful beaches.
Yep.
He used to live there forever ago.
Oh,
so
wow.
he knows the island well.
I love it. It's one of my favorite places in the world. Is it Sapphire Beach there? Is that the one? Or
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, we went there and we did the St. John's and went and did the baths. Have you been to the baths?
I have not.
Go to the bath. It is the coolest thing ever. It's the coolest thing ever.
Joshua's been telling me about it.
Yeah, it's such a. I mean, you feel like you're in bedrock, but it's so
I'm lucky that my 2 adult children live locally. So,
Yes.
and my mom and my sister. So family is extremely important.
Yep.
I have a new hobby. I really like to grow my vegetables and some fruits, and so I'm gardening.
Oh my gosh! Yep.
And enjoying the outdoor space of my home.
So okay, so you do have a little bit of life outside of Calesa, right?
I try.
Okay, well that's good. I'm so excited that you're going to St. Thomas, and I'm very jealous because I do love it there too. In fact, years ago, a company that I worked for, I was having literally a nervous breakdown. I was so busy. I was their regional, and I was like dealing with just so much, and I said, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. And they go, okay, that's it. Well, I don't care where you want to go. You pick any place in the world. You're going away for 2 weeks, and and I was like, yeah, right. And they go, oh no, we need an answer by tomorrow. And it was like, really?
That's
okay.
wonderful.
So yeah, they sent me to St. Thomas. I stayed on the that was back then. I stayed on the Hilton, right there on the point, overlooking the bay or the marina, and we had a hurricane. They had just, it was a year after they had the bad one, so things were starting to be reconstructed and stuff. And the guy outside the restaurant said, look, I'm not supposed to tell you, but if it were me, I would probably go ahead and see if I can get out of here. And that was like 3 days before we were supposed to leave. So, of course, we panicked. We were up all night trying to get a flight, whatever, into
Puerto Rico?
Yes, thank you. Get a flight into there. And so we rushed. We went up getting a flight there, and they were running us to the flight to get onto the next one to go to Orlando. And Puerto Rico was the one that got hit. They had that bad mudslides and all that. So we were the last plane out going out of that. So that was, I always remember that. But I also remember because my daughter was little, and we were out in the water, and every little piece of coral, whatever, she would see, she would go, look, Mommy, coral reefs. And I've never forgotten, and it was just like a little piece of coral, whatever. So
I'm trying to be brave with my snorkeling.
I love it. I mean,
that's a little new for me, and I do snorkel.
Good.
As long as I have my
But you can
my
almost,
pal with me.
Yeah, you can see. There's
yeah.
It's not always. I mean, I don't know if that's good or bad that you can see, but you can see so much clearer there than you can other places.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I did a dive, my first dive in St. Thomas, so that was a big experience. So I'm with you. Can't wait to hear all about it. Can't wait to hear see pictures.
Yeah, we'll do lunch.
Yeah, let's do lunch again. Okay. Is there anything else you would like to talk about as far as Calesa is concerned, or yourself? Do you want to throw out there?
I just want to say thank you to you for taking such good care of, the customers that you've helped.
Thank you.
And for getting the word out there.
Yes.
I still have local residents that pop in and say, I didn't know this was here. So just getting the word out there. So and people that really don't think that they want to move, they're happy in their home. They're
all of a
happy
sudden
in
they
their
go
neighborhood,
see the community.
But that's where they want to live.
Yep.
So I just want to get the word out there. So thank you
I'm
for
going
doing
to
that.
definitely work hard at doing that for you guys. I adore all of you. So that's one of my favorite places in the whole area. And if they want to get in touch with you, would you like to tell them how to do that?
I'd love for you to follow my Facebook page.
Thank you. I'm so proud of her.
A brand new business Facebook page. So it's Rachel Callegari - licensed sales associate. And I'll keep that, updated with new goings on, like the block party.
Right.
And,
new sales, things like that.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, great. Well, everything that I hope for that you coming in has been accomplished. And I'm so happy to have you in here and be the first person of my year.
Well, thanks
so
for
excited.
having me.
I'm so excited.
It's always a pleasure.
So thank you, everybody. Don't forget Calesa Township. Go check them out. I think you'll be very impressed.